Grab your phones because we're diving into the world of TikTok, or should I say, the world that TikTok is consuming. ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok, is scraping the web faster than anyone, including OpenAI. Yep, they're vacuuming up the internet at a speed 25 times faster than any other bots. That's just not fast, it's alarming. And let's not forget the massive amount of data that they're consuming. Hello, security concerns. Let's break this down and dive in today. All right, welcome to Starter Pack. I'm Spencer Thomason, and here at Starter Pack, we'd love to train software developers in our licensed coding boot camps and build custom software solutions. I do a lot of work as a fractional CTO. With over a decade of executive leadership and a solid 25 years in software development, I've mastered the art of transforming technology, teams, and products. All right, now let's start with the big headline. ByteDance, the company behind TikTok, has reportedly been scraping the web at an insane rate. For the past 6 weeks, their bots have been working overtime, pulling in massive amounts of data. I mean, this isn't just about gathering cat videos and dance challenges. This is full-scale, web-wide data scraping. The crazy part is it's happening faster than OpenAI's bots, which should make all of us stop and think, what exactly are they planning to do with this data? Now, here's where it gets interesting. TikTok's parent company isn't just scraping the data, they're consuming it at a rate that's hard to fathom. And while some users might just shrug it off thinking, hey, I've got nothing to hide, that mindset is really short-sighted. This isn't just about what you're posting on TikTok, it's about your entire digital footprint. With ByteDance scraping faster than OpenAI, it's not just social data, it's web-wide data. And trust me, from a guy who spent 25 years in software development, this level of data consumption by an offshore company is something we haven't seen before. Now, security firms are starting to really sound the alarm, and for good reason. When you think about the sheer amount of information ByteDance is gathering, it will make you pause. We're not just talking about user profiles and watch habits. We're talking about scraping entire websites, potentially gathering sensitive data in the process. If there's exploits, they're finding it. It's like someone vacuuming up the entire internet and keeping it all in one very well guarded Chinese vault. Makes you wonder, right? And speaking of China, this is where things get a lot more turned serious, right? ByteDance is a Chinese company, which means by law, they're required to share any data they're gathering with the Chinese government. And folks, they've been gathering a lot of data. This is one of the largest data grabs we've ever seen. Some say it's just harmless user behavior, but when you're scraping the internet at this scale, you're potentially gathering much, much more. Think of it like this. You wouldn't hand over all your personal data to a stranger on the street, so why are we so casual about ByteDance scraping the entire web? So here's where things really get me. Support for banning TikTok in the US is actually declining. People are saying, I have nothing to hide. But come on, that's the exact mindset that leaves you vulnerable. It's like saying, I don't need to lock my door because I don't have anything valuable inside. Even if you're not hiding anything, data can be used in ways you've never intended. As someone who's worked in tech for decades, I can tell you this is a security issue that we shouldn't ignore. Now, if your company has systems that aren't connected, let us help you out. Here at Startup Pack, our specialty is connecting systems to help your company work like a well-oiled machine. So check out startuppack.com/Spencer and we can help you out. Now, let's talk about the bots, right? ByteDance Web Scraper, and let's find the name here for it. They have a really cool sounding name that actually sounds really scary at the same time. Let's pull these up here. ByteSpider, that's right. ByteSpider, sometime in April, they started this, and according to a research company, Casada, that they just started seeing this, but then over the last 6 weeks, we've started to really see this scraping data, right? And it's doing it at a rate that many multiples of other companies, such as Google, Meta, and Amazon, which do. These guys do it as well for their LLMs or LMMs, but ByteDance is doing it about 25 times faster. So the other thing about this is this isn't just about them doing it. It's about them being so brazen that they don't even care that people know. Now, there's a lot of other reports from security consultants out there, and everyone's getting a little concerned about this, right? Because anytime you're gathering that much data, this is unprecedented. These scrapers can gather everything from search engine data to entire pages of text. So it's like ByteDance is building its own secret library of the internet. The big question is, what's the end game? Because with this much data, you're looking at the potential for some serious power in shaping what users see, read, and ultimately believe. My biggest concern is, what vulnerabilities are they finding as they're scraping all this data? Now, there's been a couple of other recent attacks reported, and I'm wondering if these are starting to, my tinfoil hat, starts making me wonder if there's some correlations. The data consumption doesn't just stop at TikTok's users either, though. ByteDance is pulling in data from across the web entirely, even from sites that have never connected to TikTok. This is where the lines get really blurry. You might not even be a TikTok user, but if ByteDance's bots are scraping your visit, if ByteSpider comes into your stuff and finds your exploits, you're part of their data set now. It's like being invited to a party where you never RSVP'd and they're taking notes on everything you say. And this isn't just theoretical. Security firms have been writing about it for over 6 months. They're saying the Chinese influence through data gathering should concern us all. We're not just talking about, oh no, they know my dance challenge history. No, this is bigger. It's about how much of the internet is being consumed, being collected, analyzed, and potentially used in ways that could have real-world impacts. Just think about the influence that data can have on political campaigns, social movements, or even public health initiatives. Yet, despite all these warnings, people in the U.S. seem less concerned. It's baffling. There's just this overwhelming sentiment of I've got nothing to hide. But the reality is that's not the point. The point is that data in the wrong hands or excessive amounts can be manipulated. It's not about having something to hide. It's about protecting your digital footprint from being exploited in ways you'd never agree to. Now remember, if you're having a problem with some of your systems at your company, reach out to Startup Hack, because here we're expert in connecting systems so that your business can run smoothly. So head over to startuphack.com/Spencer because we'd love to help you out. So where does this leave us? For starters, it should leave us with a healthy dose of skepticism. If any foreign power is scraping internet faster than OpenAI or Google or Microsoft, this should be concerning, and we should be sounding the alarm. And unfortunately, I think our current administration is asleep at the helm. What's the purpose behind this? Are they just building a bigger TikTok recommendation engine or a new LLM, or is there more at play here, something more nefarious? As someone who's been in tech for 25 years, I've seen companies do some pretty sneaky things with data, and this has the hallmarks of being something much bigger, especially when you start thinking about the Chinese government potentially scraping every web vulnerability out there. Now, here's the thing. This isn't just being about anti-TikTok. I get it. TikTok's fun. It's engaging. Right. That's it. But you have to ask yourself, at what cost? While we're busy swiping and scrolling, ByteDance is busy scraping and storing. And if we're not careful, we're going to go look back at this in a few years and realize that we just handed over the entire internet over to the Chinese government. And we've handed a massive chunk of the internet and lost a lot of our privacy. So I'm not saying delete TikTok, although some of you probably should. What I am saying is to be mindful of the bigger picture. TikTok isn't just an app. It's a data machine. And right now, that machine is consuming the internet faster than anyone else, including Google, Microsoft, OpenAI, any of the biggest players. Now, we know these guys have known about us for a while, but we don't know what is going on with ByteDance and what's the relationship to China. There's a lot of people saying different things, but from a privacy perspective, this is hugely concerning. From a national security perspective, it should be downright terrifying. So what should we do about it? Well, awareness is the first step. Start paying attention to what's happening behind the scenes. Ask yourself why ByteDance is so interested in scraping the web at this rate. And more importantly, start thinking critically about all that is going on. We live in a digital age where data is power, and ByteDance is accumulating a lot of this data, which means it's accumulating a lot of power. And it's time to start asking some tough questions. Now, some security folks have been, Canadian Security Intelligence Chief warns, nope, I don't really care about the ad, that warns China can use TikTok to spy on users, right? So, and this was from May. And so this, again, these warnings are not new, but the rate at which they've started to do this has scaled up over the last 6 weeks. And that's what's really concerning is we've known that what they're doing with this data is concerning, but now we've just seen them open the floodgates, and they've ByteDance spy, or the ByteSpider has been just consuming the whole web. And this is super concerning because it's not about whether users are giving up their personal data individually. This is now that's on the micro. We're talking about the macro. TikTok and its Chinese parent company ByteDance sued the U.S. federal government back in April, seeking to block a law that Joe Biden signed. So this is one thing that both presidents, Biden and Trump, are concerned with. So we should be very concerned with it. Unfortunately, what we're getting is this mentality. Spy on me. TikTok users aren't worried about China's data gathering. Support for banning TikTok continues to wane, with American users saying they have nothing to hide. And this is just ridiculous, right? This is just the ignorance of the American people to understand that when we're handing over that much data, this is a major security concern. We should absolutely be worried about this ByteDance spider, about this, what do they call it? Byte spider, consuming the web, right? But what are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I love having a healthy discussion. If you just think your cat videos on TikTok are absolutely worth our national security, then by all means, chime in. I'd love to hear your opinion and have a great discussion. Here at Startup Pack, we'd love to train software developers in our licensed coding boot camps, as well as to build custom software solutions for companies. So reach out because we'd love to help. Hit the links down below or check out startuphack.com/Spencer today, and we'll catch you guys next time. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel because we bring you lots of great tutorials and tips that every developer should know. See you next time.